So the next area, in areas of relationship skills and responsible decision making. So what are the key areas that children can learn there, and what are some books that connect to these skills?
Okay. In the area of relationship skills, I think almost any book that talks about relationships between people, any book provides a great opportunity for kids to think about and talk about what are the behaviors that help kids develop relationships, and conversely, what are the behaviors that get in the way of good relationships. So this area is rich with stories, and it can be a classic like Frog and Toad. I mean, these guys are best friends, and they show their caring for each other in so many different ways. This is a great book to read with kids a couple of times and then go back and sort of dissect, you know, what does Frog do to really show that he is Toad's friend? And what happens when they hit the bumps that most relationships hit? How do they get over it? And in the process of dissecting that, teachers can remind kids of the specific skills they're learning in an open circle or other social and emotional programs, like listening well, being cooperative, being inclusive, speaking up on behalf of your friend. So there is a way to get at the real specific behaviors that make relationships strong. And one character that comes to mind who really, in my mind, is a champion of what a friendship should look like is Denitra Brown. She's strong, she's loyal, she stands up for her friend, and when kids read this and then talk about it, they begin to identify those behaviors in their friends that really make them want to be friends with each other. So Denitra Brown, there's a whole bunch of Denitra Brown books. And also, this is an old chestnut, Yo Yes by Chris Roshka. This book doesn't have many words, but in just a few words and some very dramatic pictures, you see what it's like for somebody to start a friendship, to be the person who reaches out. And this is also a great book to illustrate body language, which if you are someone who can read body language, then you're going to be a better friend.
Okay.
So also in responsible decision making, once you have relationships, then you get into the situation where you're going to have to make choices about conflicts that develop in your relationships. And a lot of books deal with that topic. Responsible decision making is an area of social and emotional learning that includes problem solving, conflict resolution, understanding that when you make a choice, it's going to have a consequence. So books like The Summer When I Was 10, Yoon and the Jade Bracelet, I Miss Franklin P. Shuckles, all of these stories deal with characters who have to make choices in the face of some kind of conflict with one friend or with a group of friends. In The Summer My Father Was 10, a boy goes along with his friends in destroying a neighbor's garden. And he's very conflicted about it, but he does it anyway. And so this story gives kids a chance to think about and reflect on, what would I do if I had to make the same choice.